Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Bryce Neitzel of Bay City Western Baseball. How's it going?
Going good. How are you?
I'm doing well. What a season! I know. Just take me through this past year because it was a pretty special year for you guys.
Yeah, so my junior year last year, we lost to Midland Dow in the district final. Obviously the season we had big plans for, but came short. But so our goal this year was ultimately to win that district title. And once we got past the district title, we kind of made a run in the playoffs and it all ended up working out. Fell short to Northville in the state semis. So
Yeah. Just being in the Final Four, what was that like for you guys to experience? Because you guys had a really solid team.
yeah, the Final Four experience was great. Um, doesn't happen often that high school teams, high school players can make it there. And playing at Michigan State, playing at the highest level against the best teams in Division One was definitely a incredible experience too for not only our seniors that are going to be playing in college next year, but also the freshmen and sophomores, all the younger guys that are hopefully going to make it there next year too.
Yeah. So going into, you know, remind everybody like what position you play and all that.
Yep, I'm a catcher.
Okay, so have you always been a catcher? I know everyone's probably, you probably played like at like every single position at some point, but what made you want to be a catcher and all
Yeah, I've always been a catcher. So actually, funny story, my 8U team when I was eight, we didn't have a catcher, so I was kind of thrown back there. But I've loved it ever since, and I've just continued to grow as a player and gotten better and better.
that? So how was, this season personally just for, from a hitting standpoint and from a fielding standpoint and all that?
Yeah, my junior season, I didn't hit great at all. So I was solid defensively, but this season, this especially this past off season, I've been working with my hitting coach and I had big plans for this year and ended up doing great at defensively catching and hitting. So it all worked out pretty good.
Um, so what was I think the biggest improvement you saw out of yourself this year?
Biggest improvement definitely hitting. I think I hit below 200 last year, and this year I struggled in the beginning of the season, but I just had confidence in myself that I'd keep going and trust my swing, trust my training in the off season. Ended up hitting really well this year.
Yeah. Um, so I know that you're a senior, but what have you had time to reflect back on everything that you guys accomplished?
Yeah, especially when we played at Michigan State in the Final Four, I just kind of embraced the moment. But yeah, it flew by from freshman season, getting brought up to varsity my sophomore year. It's all flown by and quicker than I expected it to.
Yeah. Um, so what was the best moment from this past year, you think?
The best moments definitely winning the district, more specifically beating Midland Dow because they beat us, I believe 2 of the past 4 years in the district. And um, yeah, it was great beating them in the semis. We were down 8-0 in the sixth inning and we came back and won 9-8 in 8 innings. So yeah, that was definitely the best experience for me.
Okay, so what, just now that baseball's over, now that you've gotten through graduation and all that, does it sort of has it sunk in that, that you're done and you're moving on to bigger and better things?
It's sunk in a little bit. But it's kind of just like every other summer. I'm just working and playing travel baseball right now. But I'm sure once August hits and I start to move down to college, it'll finally hit me. So,
I know baseball is not over for you just yet.
yep,
Where I can, it's obviously you can tell you're heading to Mott CC to continue your career.
yep,
So what really kind of made you the decision to do that?
yeah. I went down to a camp at Mott this past off season, yeah, in the past fall. So, yeah, all the coaches loved all the coaches. Just the way they treat their players and they develop their players and get all their players to the next level. It truly stood out to me, and I'm hoping that I can do the same there.
Yeah. Um, so like what made you decide like to really kind of take, the JUCO route and all that?
Yeah, the JUCO routes, I mean, it's special because, I mean, obviously you're only there for 2 years, but yeah, it's definitely special because, I mean, you go to a 4 year school right away and you don't know how much playing time you're going to get, but hoping I can make an impact on at the JUCO route at Mott. So
Kind of like a bet on yourself a little bit.
yeah, I would say I'm hoping that I can make an impact right away, but if not, I'm just hoping I can develop as much as a player and after 2 years make it to that 4 year school.
Okay. All right. Bryce, let's get to know you a little bit. How about that?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Gum or sunflower seeds? I always ask this of baseball players.
I'm definitely a seeds guy.
Any particular brand, flavor?
I like Taco Supreme. So,
Who's your favorite player right now in baseball?
um, right now I'm a Dodgers fan, but I would have to say Adley Rutschman, just the way he represents himself, and yeah, I'm a big Adley Rutschman fan. So,
Yeah. So, let's see. What's your favorite food?
I'd have to go with steak. Just every restaurant I go to mainly get steak. So,
Pregame playlist for Bryce or no?
um, I don't usually listen to a whole lot of music just on the car ride there. It's mainly rap, just to get myself locked in. But just hanging out, I would probably more of my playlist is all over the place, just a lot of country, rap. It's a little bit of everything. So,
Yeah. And finally, what's an interesting fact people may not know about you?
um, obviously I have red hair, but I'm also born on St. Patrick's Day, so
That's awesome.
it's a little ironic. So,
Yeah, that's fun. All right.
yep,
Well, Bryce, thanks so much for taking the time to come on and do this, and best of luck at this coming.
abs absolutely. Thank you for having me.